And a good evening from T Area High School as we get set for tonight's matchup featuring T Area and Douglas. Welcome to the YouTube stream. As you can see, a bunch of people walking away from the football field. No football players out on the field right now either. The reason for it is that there is a small thunderstorm that is just to the north of T Area High School. And with the lightning that took place, that puts us into a weather delay. So just want to give everybody an update. We will be out for at least 30 minutes. We resume after, excuse the audio, we resume after the last lightning strike that's around the stadium 30 minutes after the last one that hit. So we will keep you updated, but we are under a weather delay from Titan Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hello, thanks again for joining us on the YouTube stream. As you can see, the bleachers have cleared here at T Area High School as we are under a weather delay. A small thunderstorm has popped up just north of the stadium. So we are under the weather delay. We'll be here for probably another 30 minutes or so, and we'll hope to get the game underway here at approximately 6:40 to 7 o'clock. Thanks for joining us tonight on the T Area live stream on YouTube, and we'll keep you updated. Again, good evening from T Area High School as we're getting set for the T Area in Douglas taking place here on the football field. Game was supposed to kick off about 10 minutes ago, but we are under a weather delay with a thunderstorm just to the north of the T Area High School. So we're on pause, at least for now, for another maybe 15 minutes or so. I'll reevaluate about 6:30 to see what the storm system will be doing. So we'll keep you updated as it continues on, but we are in a weather delay. Thanks for joining us tonight.
check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to T Area High School. In tonight's contest, we welcome the Patriots of Douglas High School. Taking on your T Area Titans. We welcome you to this event. The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have adopted the rules under which this game is conducted in a strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this event's success. We remind you to please cheer in a positive manner and be respectful of the officials' decisions. T Area High School wants all fans to watch the games in the stands. According to the Pac-12 conference rules, impromptu youth football games will not be allowed. They have resulted in serious injuries at other schools. Any and all youth footballs, Nerf balls, etc. will be confiscated. Please come to watch the game. Parents, please supervise your children. Your officials for tonight's game are Colin Boone, Greg Carlson, Jason Greenway, Alex Kinkle, and Lake Nakebauer. They are registered by the state of South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have worked hard to learn the rules and administer them fairly at this event, and we request that you respect their honest efforts to officiate this contest. And now, up first, let's meet your Titan cheer team. Leah Ackman, Kyla Brown, Emerson Cowles, Addison Ernster, Kennedy Johansson, Lillian Kaiser, Aubrey Milbrecht, Logan Mahalik, Reese Moe, Addison Nazer, Olivia Olowski, Brianne Simler, Michaela Sani, Ramsey Stansberry, Allison Turek, and Jaden Webster. They are coached by Katie Peterson and Sarah Springman. And now to introduce to you the starting defensive lineup for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Douglas Patriots. Number 0, the junior linebacker, Riley Noto. Number 4, a senior defensive back, Stephen Coper. Number 10, a sophomore defensive back, Isaiah Brewer. Number 11, a 6'2" senior, Jacob Tebow. Number 14, a senior linebacker, Jason Fisher. Number 18, a sophomore defensive back, Lane Paulson. Number 28, a sophomore defensive back, Tegan Carter. Number 47, a sophomore linebacker, Carson Hicks. Number 53, a junior lineman, Lucas Giersberg. Number 54, a junior lineman, Sylvan Kent. And number 75, a junior defensive end, Cannon Shea. The Douglas Patriots are coached by Will Velez, assisted by Dale Doherty, John Pearson, Tony King, Randy Tebow, Jake Whip. And now it's time to meet the offensive starters for your T Area Titans. At tackle, a 6'3" sophomore, number 76, Cody Peterson. At guard, a 6'5" junior, number 67, JJ Jacob Youngye. At center, we're number 57, a 6'2" senior, King Carter. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 62, Charlie Leslie. At tackle, a 6'3" senior, number 78, Ian Benelli. One wide receiver is a 6' senior, number 19, Tim Holbert. The other wideout at 6'5", senior, number 9, Brock Ellingson. Running back, a 5'10", junior, number 17, Tyler Reed. Running back, number 4, a 6' junior, Riley Schwanda. And at fullback, number 8, a 5'11" senior, number 8, Keegan DeYoung. 6'3", #3 sophomore playing quarterback. It's a great day for BK. Number 15, Brenner Conrad. Your Titans head coach, Scott Fry, assisted by Brent Johnson, John Neeson, Zach North, Mason Scheidegger, Logan Schockman. Friday Night Lights homecoming.
And a good evening from T Area High School as finally the weather has settled down. As soon as they opened the gates, the rain actually started opening up here at T Area High School, and the crowd still settles in, most of them partly drenched, but we are off and going. 30 minutes of a weather delay without a speck of rain, and 30 minutes after, everybody gets soaked. It's all good. We're here. We're all set for the 2-1 T Area Titans getting set to take on the 1-2 Douglas Patriots. For T Area High School, I'm Jerry Paleshi, joined tonight by Rick Williamson in a matchup featuring the T Area Titans on their homecoming night. 2-1 this season off a loss to Sioux Falls O'Gorman last week, 41-30. In that matchup for O'Gorman, you look at what they've had this entire season with the firepower, and for T Area, sticking with them throughout the course of the entire game, falling just a little short over at McEnany Field. They come back tonight with an opportunity to move to 3-1. Their opponent in the Douglas Patriots at 1-2 this season entered the season on a 24-game losing streak. Their last win prior to the start of this year was back on September 4th of 2020. They defeated Bellefouche. They opened this year at Bellefouche, get the victory 34-16, but since that time, it has been tough going for the Patriots. Losing to Rapid City Stevens as part of the Rushmore Bowl, 57-0, and they followed it up last week with a 47-20 loss to Spearfish on their home turf. This is the third time that these two teams will have met. First doing so back in 2021 here at Titans Stadium, a 63-6 victory for the Titans. Last year, a game that was played out in Box Elder, the Titans with the victory, 42-0. A couple of changes for the Douglas Patriots tonight of note, as a few of their players forgot their pants. Not a joke. This is what I was told by the coaching staff, and they told me I could relay that. A couple of the players forgot to bring their uniforms out here to T Area, so they will not be suiting up. A couple other players that are injured. We won't be seeing Kason Tibbetts tonight, Ian Fleming, Marcus Woods, Tanner Jameson, all in street clothes on the far sideline. No changes really for the T Area Titans as they are lined up. They will return to start the game, and they'll have a couple of players back deep to do so. Rick, it's a now beautiful night here at Titans Stadium. It took a little bit of time for us to get here. They wanted a 7 o'clock or a 6 o'clock kick. We're going to go just a little bit before 7, but it's football time.
That's right. We don't have any lightning. We don't have any downpours. The fans are ready for some football, some good homecoming action. So,
doing the honors for the Douglas Patriots and kicking from left to right is Stephen Coper. Coper is a 5'11", 160-pound senior, and he is set to get this game underway. One man back deep, it's Ethan Viss. Viss is a senior this year, dangerous on the return game, and we're underway from Titans Stadium. A live drag kick. This one will be picked up at the 25-yard line. The Titans will just cut down the middle of the field, stop near the 45, and that's where the offense will take control. This offensive line, Cody Peterson, Jacob Younge, Carter Turek, who is named Homecoming King, Carter Leslie, and Ian Benelli, will line up in front of a running back system that is led by Riley Svanda and Tyler Reed, a fullback that is ever so dangerous. Better yet, he had one a couple of years ago that went for 98 yards in Keegan DeYoung, so don't let fullback fool you by any means. DeYoung, a 5'11", 200-pound senior. The quarterback is Brenner Conrad. He is a sophomore, and he's going to line up in the shotgun formation with 3 receivers off to his right side, 1 man to the left. He's got 1 tailback with him, that's Keegan DeYoung. He's going to feed it to DeYoung on this first down and 10. He's got a nice carry, and he's going to break loose. There he goes. Keegan DeYoung's going to take it to the house right away off the shoot. It is a 55-yard touchdown and a Titan strike on the first offensive play. There is a penalty flag. That is out. Our official tonight is Colin Boone. They're discussing this, but the way that T is lining up, they believe that it is against Douglas.
just like that, if it holds. The Titans, by the way, in their last outing here at home, they were just crazy on the ground. Ran for a team record in total rushing yards. And we'll see if we can get the indication here of.
Well, when you talk about a fast start, I'm guessing that's what you kind of hope for when you talk about fast starts.
So after the Zebra Convention and the conversation with the coach over on that far sideline, Colin Boone, they will call a sideline infraction against T area. That rushing attack against Aberdeen Central back on September the 1st was for 430 total yards. Carson Hall will do the honors on the point after attempt. So he awaits the snap. Ball is down and the kick is on its way, and it is good. Just a matter of 16 seconds gone in this one, and the T-Area Titans hold a 7-0 lead over the Douglas Patriots. One play, 55 yards, Keegan DeYoung. We'll get a look at the Douglas Patriots on the offensive side of the ball. Mentioned that a few of their players are out, injury, and then there's also a few that just forgot to bring their football pants, so they will not be suiting up tonight. We expect to see the quarterback in Aiden Russell. Russell, a 6'2", 155-pound junior.
I'm guessing that sideline infraction may have just been a little excitement from the players during the run, seeing the long run develop and wanting to get out there and do a little celebrating with their teammate.
Now, traditionally, you would also see a warning that would be provided immediately, but this is not the case here so far. In this one, they provided that penalty against T area, so they will kick off from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you definitely like to see it enforced on the kickoff and not take away a touchdown on a foul that didn't have anything to do with the actual play. So you like that rule.
Two men will be back deep, and by back deep, I mean back at their own 20-yard line for the Patriots. Carson Hall will kick off. Packed crowd here tonight that stayed through the weather delay. Bleachers full, side to side. On the press box side, here's Hall's kick. It is a short one, end over end, recovered at the 40-yard line, and the Douglas Patriots will stretch out towards the 46. T-area on defense. A couple of the offensive linemen also switch over, and they play on the defensive line, one of which is Carter Turek, the 6'2", 270-pound senior. Joining him, Charlie Leslie, who is a junior this year, weighing 234. The nose guard is Andrew Oppold. Tim Hulber is at the other end position. Linebacker core featuring Sam Wordle, Jessen Wiebinga, and Keegan DeYoung. The defensive back crew, Ethan Viss, Carter Christensen, Dawson Eimers, and Brock Ellingson. Quarterback is Aiden Russell for the Patriots. It's first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. He's back to throw the first play. They're going to take a shot down the field, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended on the outside, looking for Jason Fisher. Brings up second down and 10. Jason Fisher, a senior this year, learned this from the Midco broadcast of the Rushmore Bowl. My good friend Jason Andera. You mentioned that Fisher, a senior this year, this is the first time he's played football. He was always a baseball kid. And in his first game of the season in the win against Bellefouche, had an offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown, helped out on special teams. Not a bad way to make a debut. Russell rolling to the near side. He's going to fire it towards the near sideline. It's incomplete. Pass is intended on the outside for Isaiah Brewer. He was tangled up with Carter Christensen. Brewer looking for a flag.
Well, early on, it looks like they want to take some shots here, Jerry.
Trying to go straight over the top, and might have something to do with the fact that the running back core, again, featuring two of their running backs out of the game in street clothes on the sideline.
Walk down there and see if that's Ava.
That being Kason Tibbetts and Ian Fleming. It is 3rd down and 10. Defense chant fires up from the T area crowd. One man in motion from right to left. Snap given. Back to pass. Russell again. Fires out left. It's in and almost intercepted. Just dropped through the hands and almost pulled in by Dawson Eimers. Instead, it will be 4th down and 10. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world for the Titans, of course. You force a 3 and out. Now you line up in the punt formation. And on top of that, you don't get the interception. However, you will get the ball back presumably here.
Yeah, I think you're right. With the absence of those running backs, it looks like the air show might be.
Here's Viss on the return from the 20-yard line, cuts to the near side, outside the numbers, looking for a block downfield. He has one, propels him to the 50, to the 40. He's going to sprint down forward, one man to beat. He's wrestled out of bounds near the 21-yard line. A great return for Ethan Viss. Sets up the Titans inside of Douglas territory.
Yeah, I really like the patience of Ethan on that one. He got to the outside and he kind of let the blockers develop to give him a nice little wall to go by.
I believe that was Sam Wordle that was just out in front of him.
Yeah, that's not a bad guy to have in front of you.
1st down and 10 for the Titans. 1 for 1 on the touchdown so far in this one. Took him 16 seconds off the clock. 55 yards for Keegan DeYoung. DeYoung will line up just behind the quarterback and Brenner Conrad. He's got 2 receivers also on the field on this 1st and 10 from the 23. The snap is back. It will be a handoff cut to the left side. A big hole again. Riley Svondo with the carry out towards the 10-yard line. It will be good for a 1st down for the Titans. Chains will move. 1st down and 10 with the clock rolling. Just under 11 minutes left to go in this opening quarter.
9-yard rush by Schwanda to the 12-yard line.
2 receivers off to the right side for Conrad. He's got 2 tailbacks with him. One of which, Tyler Reed off to the left, Keegan DeYoung to the right. Here's the snap. It is a feed to Reed. Reed straight down the gut, trying to make an extra push and an extra move. He's short of the goal line. He will be marked down near the 3. Dangerously close to the 1st down marker.
Gain of 9. So 2nd and 1.
Conrad runs all the way back to the near sideline with his head coach, Scott Fry. Back into the huddle, he breaks it on a 2nd down and 1 from the 3-yard line. 2 receivers set off to the right side, but I imagine Keegan DeYoung might get the ball here as he stands to the left side of Conrad. Conrad keeps it himself, cuts left, and dances his way straight into the end zone. Easy enough. It's a touchdown for the T-Area Titans. 3-yard rush for the quarterback in Brenner Conrad. Makes it 13-0.
3 plays, 23 yards, 121 off the clock. 3-yard keeper by Conrad, all set up on the 59-yard punt return by Ethan Viss.
Titans will call everybody over and set up in the normal point after formation. Doing the honors again is Carson Hall. Here's the snap. Hall, a short kick, but it does sail through. 9 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Opening quarter. It's the Titans 14, Douglas 0 on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel.
Titans 14, Patriots 0.
Touchdown drive for the T-Area Titans takes 3 plays. 24 yards, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown rush. for the quarterback and Brenner Conrad. 14-0. 9 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Opening quarter from Titan Stadium. Here comes Douglas on the return to get to the 20-yard line and skirting forward to the 25, diving ahead. Douglas will set up on offense, 3 and out. On their opening possession, taking Carter was the returner. Carter, a running back for this Douglas Patriots offense. He will stay on the field. Quarterback and Aiden Russell on the opening drive went 0 for 3. Taking a couple of deep shots down the field, just unable to hit his receivers. Dawson Barnes is a wide receiver off to the right side, but this time they're just going to hand it off and just running straight into the big body of Carter Turek. The fans want a fumble, but it won't be granted off the carry that time by Douglas's Stephen Coper.
The homecoming queen really wanted a touchdown on that right there. You could tell Carter was just, oh, man. So, yeah.
Will be 2nd down and 11 from the 25. We were kind of joking a little bit off the air that maybe they should make Carter play with the crown on top of his helmet.
He probably would. He'd do whatever you tell him to do. He's that kind of kid.
That's the thing about him is he certainly would. 2nd down and 11. One in motion, and they're going to try to toss it over to him. And T. Area almost jumping on the football off the potential fumble, but it was intended for Carter. Carter was able to bring it through.
And also number 6, Justin Wiedinga. Loss of 1 on the play brings up 3rd and 12. The Titan defense.
8 minutes, 30 seconds left, first quarter. 14-0, T Area. Here comes 3rd down and 12. Russell will send 2 receivers left and right, 1 tailback. T Area with 4 down linemen. Snap, Russell back to pass, pressure coming, lobs it towards the near sideline. It's intercepted. It's picked off at midfield. And getting his hands on it is Brock Ellingson.
Brock coming off 2 interceptions last week in his season debut on defense at safety. And just adding to his totals, he's like, hey, he plays receiver too, so he's getting some receptions the last 2 weeks on the defensive side.
Not a bad kid to have in terms of his height, 6'5".
That's a kid that shot up quick, you know, in the last year or so. Somebody who just kind of a late bloomer physically and still going.
It is 1st down and 10 following the interception from the 44-yard line. Leading 14-0, 8 minutes even on the clock here in the first quarter. Back to pass, Conrad looking down the field, flings it over. It's caught by Svanda at midfield. He gets 1st down and more, across the 40-yard line and just trickles his way out of bounds inside the 40, officially marked at the 37.
Ball down to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 Titans.
Looks like we may have lost a little bit of the video on the stream. It looks like the stream's still going though, so I'm going to just move into radio, Jerry, which is fine. 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line. It's 7:51 left to go in the first quarter, 14-0. 1st and 10. Conrad under center out of the I formation. 2 receivers off to his left side. The ball on the right hash mark. Conrad goes with the quick snap. It will be an option play. He flings it over. Svanda will get it. Crosses the 25 to the 20. He's wrestled down to the turf at the 17-yard line. Coming over on the stop that time for Douglas is Dawson Barnes.
We are back. Power cord was not plugged in. You know, on a camera, sometimes you need the power to be working and not rely on the battery, evidently.
I would have blamed the weather. That's just me. 2 penalty flags out on the option play. Here's the call. Unnecessary roughness charge against Douglas is going to move the football half the distance to the goal. So the Titans are threatening again as the football will be placed at the 10-yard line.
Conrad to Schwanda. Schwanda got down to the 19-yard line, and from there we'll go half the distance. The goal
will be first down and 10. The ball is just inside the 10-yard line, so first and goal. Three receivers set off to the right. Keegan DeYoung is the tailback standing next to the quarterback who wears number 15, and Brenner Conrad. He's got a wide receiver off to his left as well. The three set off to the right on the strong side of the field. Awaiting the snap is Conrad, calls forward, he's going to keep it himself, tries to cut to the right, finds some room down the middle, he makes the juke, and he will be spun down to the turf inside the 5, short of the goal line by a couple of yards.
Positive yardage, down about the 2-yard line, 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain for Conrad.
Clock continuing to roll as we're at the 7-minute mark of the first quarter, 14-0 T area. Same formation set for T out of the shotgun. Conrad, DeYoung to his left, Reed as a wing to the right. Conrad, snap, handoff, DeYoung looking for his second of the day, and he gets it. Touchdown, T area, and Keegan DeYoung, this time from 3 yards out. 2 rushes, 2 touchdowns for the fullback, Keegan DeYoung. Titans to attempt the point after. Here's the kick. And Carson Hall's kick is good. 6 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The score reads the Titans 21, the Patriots 0 on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. Nothing. 6 minutes, 39 seconds left to go. Opening quarter. T area on top of Douglas and Jerry Paleshi, joined by Rick Williamson. Happy to have you with us here tonight on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. If you are joining us from T, you came out to the game and maybe the weather delay put you in the garage tonight, we thank you for joining us on the YouTube stream. If you're out in Douglas, Box Elder Country, we enjoy having you along for the ride as well. Here's line drive kick. This one picked up near the 18-yard line. Trying to find somewhere to go with the football, and the return is Coper. And Coper will be stopped at the 30-yard line.
Kick return by Coper.
Not many issues for T area.
Wilson.
Offense running straight down the field, and the defense. An interception on the previous possession for Brock Ellingson. Douglas on their first possession of the day went 3 and out.
Patriots take over first and 10, their own 28-yard line.
We'll see how Douglas comes out on this first down and 10 from the 30. Quick pass caught near side, trying to find somewhere to go, and unable to do so was Isaiah Brewer.
Brewer brought down by number 12, Carter Christensen.
You know, and going into a game, you know, like this, the coaches have to be really pleased so far just because of the cleanness of the game. You know, defensively, we're, you know, really stout up front, making stops, picking balls off, but offensively just being clean, not having penalties to set you back, just controlling the line of scrimmage. So as a coaching staff, they've got to be pretty pleased of how this thing has started.
There's a gain at 2 on the last play for Douglas. 2nd down and 8. Ball marked at the 31-yard line. Russell rolling to his left, looking down the field. It is through the hands of his intended target and taking Carter incomplete.
Number 28 taking Carter incomplete. Brings up third.
Will be third down.
Titan defense.
Coming into this season, you look at what T area has done on the ground. Keegan DeYoung rushing for roughly 8 yards a carry, 84 yards per game. Has 2 carries in this one for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. 6 minutes, 22 seconds left to play first quarter. Back to pass, Russell, he's just going to heave it down the field. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Jason Fisher. Fisher had the step on the outside. The ball was just a little overthrown. Will be 4th down. Another 3 and out for this Douglas Patriots team. 1 man to go back deep for T. That is Ethan Viss. Will be Fisher to punt. His kick high up in the air. This is a good one. Viss goes over to get it, calls for a fair catch, and does so at the 33-yard line. And a late penalty flag comes out.
32-yard line, flag after the play.
Joshua Guadino ran over for Douglas and got in the face of Ethan Viss. And
yeah, I think Ethan called that fair catch pretty early, so I think it might have caught him off guard and not really seeing it either.
Depending on the call, though, the way that Guadino fell down to the turf, you could almost maybe make an argument that it might be against T. But the way that everybody's lined up on the field, it's not appearing that way. So they will just go with the fair catch interference. It looked like that contact was made, you know, maybe a couple seconds, couple counts after that catch was made by Viss. So
yeah,
you could maybe argue either way. But nonetheless, it is positive yardage for T.
Offense takes over at their own 48-yard line, leading 21-0, 6:09 to play first.
So here come the Titans. The Titan 48-yard line, 1st down and 10. Clock still stopped at 6 minutes and 9 seconds. 3 receivers set to the left side for Conrad, the quarterback. He gets it, and it will be a false start penalty. Everybody kind of took off, but the snap wasn't back from Carter Turek. It'll be 1st down and 15.
I think I may have just jinxed them.
I didn't get the number call. Couldn't quite hear it from our official, but nonetheless, it looked like one of those scenarios where the official could have said everybody but the center.
Correct.
Which usually means it's against the center.
For sure.
Will be 1st and 15 from the 43-yard line. 21-0 T area. Conrad awaits the snap, calls for it. Fakes the handoff. Did he give it off? He did. Hands it off to Keegan DeYoung. DeYoung finds some form of room, crosses midfield to the 45-yard line, and is wrestled out of bounds. And he might be right at the 1st down marker off the tackle from Jacob Tebow.
That's an example of trying to arm tackle. Keegan isn't probably going to work for a lot of high school football players because he's willing to run you over or attempt to run you over or just carry you. So, and he's a strong kid.
You were talking a little bit ago about how Brock Ellingson kind of shot up to 6'5". I think Keegan DeYoung has always been listed at about 5'11", 200 pounds, so he really hasn't changed much. But if you were just to look at a roster and you see 5'11", 200 pounds, high school, fullback, you're like, all right, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into.
And then he lays the smack down a little bit. And
was 2nd down and short.
It probably feels a little different than 5'11" and 200.
It is Reed this time on the carry, and he will officially get the 1st down. So the 1st down play only went for 9 yards for Keegan DeYoung, but this one picks up the 1st down and moves T inside of the Douglas 40-yard line. We'll have it marked at the 37. Conrad calls for it again. Here's a quick pass. Outside, that is caught by Ellingson, but he's met at the line of scrimmage. A nice open field tackle by Fisher. And it will actually be a loss of a yard. He's 2nd and 11.
loss of one of the play brings up 2nd and 11 for the Titans.
Clock is at 5 minutes remaining, first quarter. And it is rolling. Three receivers set on the left side, the ball on the right hash. Conrad gets the snap, keeps it himself. Patiently waiting, finds some room on the left side, and there he goes. It is a touchdown for Brenner Conrad. He will go 38 yards to the house, and the Titans extend the advantage. Brenner Conrad now with 4 carries, 57 yards, and he matches Keegan DeYoung on the touchdown counter tonight with 2. Carson Hall look to stay perfect, and he does. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go first quarter. It's the Titans 28, Douglas 0 on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel.
Titans scoring drive.
Four minutes, 30 seconds left to go. First quarter, 28-0. T-Area on top of Douglas. Jerry Palesci joined alongside by Rick Williamson. Brenner Conrad goes for the touchdown, his 2nd of the night. Keegan DeYoung with the other 2 touchdowns. Ticking off for the Titans this time around will be Griffin Wiebinga.
Finally noticed you're here.
Griffin approaches, and his line drive kick will take a bounce near the 20-yard line, keeps on rolling. It's inside the 10-yard line, and it just flares out of bounds. Penalty out on T-Area. They were just willing that ball, being Douglas and being back there on the attempted return was Owen Mullinger.
Owen was getting a little worried
down
too,
there trying to create some extra wind,
and he was getting a little worried as the Titans were getting closer to that free ball. He was hoping it was going out of bounds, but he was there in case Titans were going to recover that thing.
Be first down and 10 following the illegal procedure, the 35-yard line. Hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
If you're on the golf course and that golf ball is just sitting right on the edge, you're going for birdie.
You're going to give it some
You
time.
know you're going to wait. Here's the snap. An errant one, and Russell has it stripped away and stolen out of his hands, and the Titans are going for a touchdown.
Sammy
Sam
Wordle. Sammy.
Sam Wordle just said, no way. Give me that football, and took off.
You know, that's great for Sam. Sam's one of those kids, whether it's wrestling, football, baseball, he's going to run through a wall for you if you ask him to run through a wall. Puts in a lot of time and effort in everything he does. Just one of those kids as a coach that you hope to have on your team. So, yeah, it's good to see Sammy get in the end zone with one.
Here's the kick. Up. And this one clanks
That's a doinker
off
there.
The crossbar. So the score will stay 34-0 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter. You bring up Sam Wordle, you brought up the fact that he's a wrestler. Well, his wrestling coach, John Neeson, helps out, of course, with the T-Area Titans football team, and I can imagine even if John's worried about the offense or whether it's about it doesn't matter. I can imagine that he's going over to Sam right now and saying, that paid off because of wrestling season.
That's right, those hands, the strength. And he's like, and good job not getting injured. Because Sam's one of those that's going to go 180,000% every time. So that's what you love about kids like that. They're contagious to be around as a coach and as a teammate. Just make a lot of people better.
4 minutes, 20 seconds. Enough to go first quarter. 34-0 T.
Number 23, Carson Hall.
Carson Hall will now kick. They worked in Griffin Weavinga, who was a freshman, by the way, on the last kickoff just a moment ago. Here's Hall's kick. This one returnable from the 18-yard line. And skating forward is Coper. And Coper will get out towards the 30.
13-yard return. Titans tackle by number 14, McKinney. First and 10 Patriots from their own 30-yard line.
It has been a struggle for the Douglas Patriots on the offensive side of the football. Aiden Russell, quarterback, throwing a few passes. Not able to find anybody down the field. Douglas has tried to go over the top 4 times in this one. Last play was off at Aaron's snap. They'll have it first down and 10. From the 30-yard line, another snap that was just a little off. Russell hangs on to it this time, but he is swarmed.
19, Tim Albert, and also number 13, Dawson Eimers.
He is swarmed for a loss of 5, making it 2nd and 15.
4 minutes to go first quarter.
There he is.
Clock rolling under 4.
Titans really using that size to dominate up front. Even the O'Gorman head coach after the game last week was just really commenting about their size and physicality compared to O'Gorman's line. So tonight they're really bringing it to Douglas.
2nd and 15 from the 25-yard line. Back to throw is Russell. It's incomplete. Pass intended for Tegan Carter. It's through his hands. It's third down. Jason Poppinga of O'Gorman always likes to give credit where credit is due. He always mentions, too, the offensive lines and the defensive lines of all the schools that they play against. Of course, with O'Gorman, you always look at the classification, and for them, they always petition up. They play in AAA and going against some of the kids from Roosevelt, Jefferson. I mean, they've been doing it for like 30 years, so they know what they're into. But it is a thing with O'Gorman where sometimes those linemen are a little bit smaller than what they go up against. But here's the thing. They're always successful.
Exactly. They've got guys that can make plays. They're in the right spot.
Here's another guy making plays in the right spot. That's Carter Turek. He just swallows up, taking Carter. It's 4th down and long.
You know, and that's Carter's just another one of those kids that as a coach you've just got to love, because he's going to know his role, he's going to know his job, and he's going to try to execute it better than you can imagine. Like, he's going to give you everything he has. So a lot of kids out there that good role models for those young kids that are coming up playing.
Ethan Viss will be back to return the punt. It's coming off the foot of Fisher. Another nice kick. Viss this time will return. From the 36-yard line, Viss cutting out to the right side. He's got a blocker in front of him, and Sam Wordle. There is a penalty flag that is out. Now another one flies. So this one's going to come back. Ethan Viss went all the way to the end zone, but as you can kind of tell with the crowd noise in the background, everybody just knows what is going on here. Let's get you some of the other scores, too, while we have a moment. Speaking of O'Gorman, put it on Rapid City Stevens tonight, 47-0. That game a final that took place out in Rapid. Sioux Falls Lincoln leading Harrisburg 28-7. And Watertown currently has a 7-0 lead over Washington in 11 AA. Yankton on top of Pierce, 7-0. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Of course, the Yankton Bucks will come here to Titan Stadium coming up next Friday night. And then Pierre, mark the calendar for October 13th. Spearfish on top of Brookings, 7-0. And Huron has a 7-0 lead over Sturgis. Most of those games just getting started a matter of 20 minutes ago. So following the penalties, Titans will have the football, first down and 10 from the 49-yard line of Douglas. The Clock is at 2 minutes and 32 seconds of what is turning out to be one of the longest first quarters that I have broadcasted in a long time.
A lot of stoppages with scores and incomplete passes.
A lot of incomplete passes from the Douglas side. This goes in motion. They're going to hand it to him. He's going to cut to the right side. You feel like they just want to try to give him an opportunity to get the touchdown back. He's going to race down the far sideline, knocked out of bounds. Hit by Coper. It is a first down for T area and a nice rush for Ethan Viss.
And when you say race, Ethan will race you. He likes to use his speed. I'm one of the baseball coaches, and he's our center fielder. And when that ball's hit in the air towards center field, I usually just yell Viss, and I know it's probably going to be caught. So if he doesn't get to it, he's not real happy.
He just went 23 yards in a blink of an eye. First down, it's in from the 26-yard line. So you're telling me he's like Byron Buxton when he's healthy?
I was just
when
going to say,
Buxton's healthy.
Yeah, hopefully Ethan just keeps staying healthy. But yes.
Brenner Conrad waving back to the near sideline. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And it appears that we're about ready to get play back underway.
The people in the hot air balloons that you could not fly over the field.
Oh, well, that's a new one. I honestly have I have not seen this before. You never know.
I didn't know that was
night.
such a thing.
I do not see.
I don't either.
Hot air balloons.
They must be over our head.
Right on top of the press box.
Just trying to get a good view of the game. They didn't
That's it. Listen, if you pay the admission price, the ticket price, you can fly over top.
That's right.
Conrad back to throw. Looking down the field, takes the shot. Looking for Ellingson. It's a jump ball. It is caught. It's a touchdown. Brock Ellingson, 26 yards on the touchdown reception. And the Titans push the score even further.
Conrad just kind of threw that one up towards a hot air balloon, and it came down, and Ellingson was there to retrieve it. Kind of like a safety waiting back for another interception there, but
Here's the extra point attempt, and this one
drove that one.
Is through for Carson Hall. Look, I can't pilot a hot air balloon. I have no idea what I'd be doing. I'm not even going to pretend to think I have it figured out. But if you hear Shad Hockey doing the PA tell you to not fly over the top of the stadium, I guess you got to find a way to move the thing.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time he's ever made that announcement also. So
I've never heard such an announcement before at a high school football game. And you know what? It's probably the best announcement that I've heard at a high school.
It is. Like, that's pretty good. I don't know if they were worried about Brenner, a pass getting knocked down by the hot air balloon.
Well, it was there was a moment in which the players on offense for T were waving at the sideline, and I'm thinking, are they missing a player? Maybe they have too many players. Do they need a substitution? Somebody banged up? Somebody just needs to sit out a play? It's all over a hot air balloon.
It might have just been somebody's grandma wanting to watch the game. And it was a beautiful night for a hot air balloon ride, and it was their only chance to do it. So it's like, I want to watch my grandson, but I don't know, maybe not.
Coming to T Area High School next year, hot air balloon races. Well, it's 41-0 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first quarter.
Or perhaps they were just late for the flyover during the anthem about an hour ago.
We're going to get some clarification on this one. Here's the return. Coper trying to cut to the outside of the numbers, but he is just swarmed.
Good luck calling a tackle on that one.
Well, if you are looking at the offensive stats of this game, T Area 230 offensive yards, 187 on the ground, 43 through the air. Douglas -9. -11 rushing yards, 2 passing yards. Quarterback and Aiden Russell, 3 of 10 for 2 yards and 1 interception.
and a few forgotten football pants. I didn't know you were serious when you said that earlier.
That's what the coaching staff informed us earlier. Here's a nice pass that is caught by Fisher. Tackle by Ellingson. It's a nice pickup of about 7 yards. That's what I was told.
I figured maybe, if that happened, they'd be calling Shields on the way, or one of the Sioux Falls sporting goods places. It's a long way to come to just forget your pants, and man.
There's a few. I've always been told you just never know what will happen on a Friday night. There's an official gain of 4 on the pass. It's 2nd down and 6 from the 24-yard line. Russell calls for it. He's going to hand it over. And it will be a nice run this time for Douglas, looking for the first down of the contest as the rush this time from Coper. May have lost the ball at the end. He was getting close to the first down marker at the 30-yard line. And let's see where they spot it. And they will mark him a yard short. It will be 3rd down and 1. Clock is rolling, 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Two receivers off to the right side, Coper in the slot. Quarterback and Russell standing out of the shotgun. He's got a tailback behind him. Calls for it, fakes the handoff. He wants to keep it himself, but that's a problem. Titans defense stuffs him. A loss of about 3 yards, and it will be 4th down. Clock is rolling under 40 seconds. I believe Douglas, with the way that the play stopped, will have to run a play here before the end of the first quarter. We'll see. I didn't catch what time we officially kicked this game off. It was somewhere close to about 6:45. And a penalty flag is out on a false start.
Mustard on the lettuce.
Well, Douglas was within a yard of getting a first down, and now it is 4th down and 10. Ethan Viss back deep to return the punt from Fisher. This one a line drive kick. Viss rushes up, grabs it at the 50-yard line. Inside the 40, getting to the 30, shakes off a tackle, spins away, and he's going to fight his way down towards the 20.
And a flag comes out at the end of the play along the sidelines there.
The student section of T area informing Douglas that they cannot do whatever that they did. Well, if it's a personal foul penalty, it will be half the distance to the goal, which will set up T area with a 1st down and 10 near the 10-yard line. And that is exactly what it will be. It will be 1st down and 10, 1st and goal from the 10.
So we may get one here before the end of the quarter here. So
if you are just joining us and you're looking and you're saying, wait, did you just say first quarter? Thought this game kicked off at 6 o'clock. We did have a weather delay that pushed us back to about a 6:45 start, 6:50. So a little bit later. Here's the carry. Ethan Viss is brought down after a pickup of 3. And that will end the first quarter. First quarter of the books. T area with a 41-0 advantage over the visiting Douglas Patriots on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. First quarter in the books, 41-0. T area on top of Douglas. Jerry Pileshi joined by Rick Williamson. Rick, I have it on good authority from Pete Roberts, who does stats everywhere across the state of South Dakota, whether it is, seriously, he takes West River games. He can do everything from his basement if he needed to, but he's here on site, and I just had a question for him. I said, is this the largest lead that T has had after the first quarter? And he says yes. So we're going to roll with it. 41-0 at the start of the second quarter. T area, 234 total offensive yards on 15 plays. Douglas has ran 16 plays for -4. Titans will have it. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line to start quarter number 2. Officially got word that the game kicked off at 6:42. Here's an option play. Keegan DeYoung. He will just nicely walk his way into the end zone for another Titan touchdown, his third of the night. I was about to get to, Rick, is the fact that this game kicked off at 6:42 officially, and the quarter ended at 7:34.
Wow. It was almost like if you go to a Sioux Falls Storm game where there's like a touchdown, kickoff, couple plays, touchdown, kickoff, and you look up and there's not much time going on. And like you alluded to, when you have incomplete passes early on, their drives were taking like 20 seconds.
It is 48-0 after the touchdown from Keegan DeYoung and the point after from Carson Hall. I've had plenty of my fair share of Sioux Falls Storm games. I worked for them for 4 years, broadcasted with Rich Rosty for a couple of those years, and that's how really I got my start. But there was a window there, Rick, and you're not even lying, and it was during the time in which I was working. I vividly remember a game in which the Sioux Falls Storm at the Sioux Falls Arena played against Wenatchee, the Valley Venom, and the final score was 105-7. The Storm,
Seriously.
I might be wrong on the visitor score. I'd have to double check. I'm pretty sure they got
107.
one touchdown out of that. But the Storm scored 105 points in a game that I'm pretty sure pushed 4 hours.
How many years ago was that?
That was back in 2000.
Was that like Riggs
It was
and
2000
Kalen DeBoer?
absolutely. No, it wasn't Kalen DeBoer. It was Curtis Riggs. His staff at the time, I believe, the Lincoln football coach, and Jared Fredenberg was also on the staff at the time. Josh Siegfried, who was a teacher and coach over at Roosevelt, was on that staff.
And you were calling that game.
And I was helping Rich Rosty, I believe, call it. I remember calling the game. I might have even been calling it for, there was one game I did in which the Storm scored another 80-something points. And I called it for the visiting radio station because they didn't send anybody out.
Oh, wow.
And that was tough.
I wonder how many listeners were still
I mean,
still
that's
tuned in.
That's going back. But 48-0 with 11:48 here on the clock.
No mercy rule in the
Not yet.
in the Storm game. So
no,
okay.
and we don't have one here until we hit the second half.
Correct.
So 48-0. Titans on top. Here comes Douglas out on offense. Russell, the quarterback, snaps, rolls to the near side, looking down the field, pressure coming, just lobs it up, and it is intercepted. Ellingson.
There's that guy again.
Will get his second interception of the night.
To go along with a touchdown.
Yes, in addition to the one touchdown with the pass that was intended, that time around for Isaiah Brewer.
That's 4 picks in the last 2 outings for Mr. Ellingson.
Not a bad move to put him on defense.
No, his brother down at the U probably isn't playing any safety down at the U right now, but Brock's looking pretty good back there.
No, and hoping that Caden is back in the lineup for South Dakota coming up tomorrow as they take on Lamar at the Dakota Dome. Caden shaken up last week in the win against St. Thomas. Getting the start at right tackle this season.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You remember Caden playing here and lining up maybe a little bit at tight end and goes down there. He's just a freak of an athlete. And now you see the kid. I worked the sidelines for USD. And to see him now and how much he is bulked up and getting that start down there, that's fun to watch.
And that's great because, he's another one of those good kids, too, that's just a nice dude to talk to. What kind of injury did he sustain last week?
It was lower, I believe it was left calf. And they evaluated him. He did not return in the game. But in the initial depth chart, or the depth chart that was released this week by the Coyotes, he was listed as the starting right tackle. So hopefully he does
awesome.
get a play again, and he is full out, good to go.
And probably watching his brother do some good stuff on both sides of the ball.
Brought down by number 47, Carson Hicks.
So it'll be a first down for T. I'm going to clarify. We were talking about the Storm, and I mentioned the 105. So I wasn't wrong, but I had the teams messed up. They defeated Kent on the road, 105 to 71.
On the road, wow.
But they turned around at the arena against Wenatchee and won 80 to 19 in what was a 4-hour game. Pretty sure.
That's a machine.
Nonetheless, 48-0, 10-20 remaining first half. Here's a carry. It will be Swanda with the carry for a first down. And he will be just shy of the 25-yard line.
It'd be interesting to know what the attendance at Kent was by the halftime on that game.
So I have it on good authority that Caden might not be playing tomorrow. But
Well,
we'll see,
hopefully. Yeah, hopefully he gets in there again soon.
Got to throw everybody off, though, with the depth chart. It always works that way. Playing against Lamar should be an interesting game. 1 o'clock kickoff at the Dakota Dome.
And you'll be there,
There
right?
you go. Oh, I'll be there. First down and 10 from the 26. Here's a handoff. It will be Keegan DeYoung with a carry. He's got room, and there he goes. Another touchdown for Keegan DeYoung. 26 yards this time around, and they're going to bring it back. There is a penalty flag that is down at the 27.
So in high school, do they still mark holdings off from the spot of the foul?
They do.
So if you're 3 yards deep, or if
Just
your
lose the
quarterback's
football.
going to get sacked 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage,
Puts it back
and
to
there's a
the
hold
36.
right there, that's a big old penalty on those.
It is. Makes it first down and 20 on this situation. I have seen it before where it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Under center is Conrad. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it himself. Option play. And gives it off to Svanda, who is brought down to the turf by Coper. Clock is at 9 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this first half. Brenner Conrad with 2 backs with him on a second down and 16 from the 32. High snap, corrals it, hands it to Reed. Reed has been quiet throughout the day, but not anymore. There he goes. It's a touchdown. Tyler Reed has just been waiting all night long for really an opportunity. It's his 3rd carry, but now he's on the board for a touchdown. That one from 32 yards out. It is 54-0.
Tyler's another one of those kids that's got some good speed once he gets outside, once he gets through a line. He can run that thing.
Carson Hall to attempt the point after. And it's blocked. It is blocked as Douglas just shoots over with Lane Paulson. The sophomore makes a play for the Patriots. It's 54-0. You just look at the stats so far, especially for T area. Through this first half of play, 299 total offensive yards, 256, of course, being on the ground, 13 first downs. Keegan DeYoung, 5 carries, 90 yards, 3 touchdowns. Brenner Conrad, 4 carries for 57 yards and 2 scores. And now Tyler Reed with the 3 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown.
So how many Titans have touchdowns? How many different ones?
So far in this one, you have 4 different players that have touchdowns. Now, of course, you have a receiving touchdown from Brock Ellingson, so you include him with that. But you have DeYoung, Conrad, Reed, and then Ellingson in terms of the skill position players.
So
You have Ellingson,
Ethan
of
Viss.
course, with Ellingson with an interception or 2 interceptions in this one. Ethan Viss had a touchdown that was called back due to penalty. Then a nice 23-yard rush afterwards. Did not go for a touchdown.
Yeah, a lot of different people contributing. That's one thing too. The coach has got to be happy with in a game like this, where it's not just one guy scoring 6 touchdowns and 395 yards rushing or anything like that. So it's good to get guys involved, get their hands on it, get them some touches. Just get them lathered up a little bit.
There's a timeout on the field. Here's some of the other numbers to watch for in terms of not only the rushing yards, but the averages. Keegan DeYoung is averaging 18 yards a carry. Brenner Conrad at 14, 15 for Tyler Reed, and Riley Svondo with 12 yards per carry. You got 4 players, including your quarterback, that are in double figures when it comes to the average. The T is all over the place in this one.
And still 8 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the first half.
Douglas calls their first timeout. See if we get an update on that Yankton Pier game. So last we saw was 7-0 Yankton. That was with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. So once I get an update on that, I'll provide it out there for you. Again, Yankton comes to T area next Friday night. We will have the game, of course, here for you on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. One in motion. That's Coper. They'll give it to him. And he will be brought down near the line of scrimmage. Shooting over the tackle was Ethan Miller. He's 2nd down and 9. Douglas is looking for their first down of this contest.
Looks like we have some substitutions in and out here on defense, it looks like, in this drive.
Second and 9, Russell hands it off. Nowhere for Brewer to go. Excuse me, that is Riley Noble. So Noble with the carry. Clock is at 8 minutes remaining here in the first half. From the 28-yard line, penalty flag out. I could see it from the outside as the Titans' Carter Christensen was pointing at the line of scrimmage and looking at the official, but it is a penalty against T. So T area penalty makes it 3rd down and about 4, a long 4. Probably closer to 5. So it's looking like that Yankton Pier game. Just pulled the live stream up. KYNT, they're showing 2nd quarter, 7-0 Yankton. So look to confirm that. It will be 4th down and 4 after an incomplete pass.
if that holds true, I'm wondering how many quarters in the last few years that Pierre has actually been shut out after a first quarter. That'd be interesting.
On 4th and 4, Douglas will punt. Fisher standing back at his own 20-yard line.
This trying to get himself a touchdown here, right here. I'm guessing.
They line Sam Wordle up in front. Is trying to come onto the field late is Andrew Opland for T. And we have a timeout on the field. And we thank you for joining us here tonight on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. Got volleyball coming up on Tuesday night as they take on Vermilion. 7 o'clock start time inside the T Area gym. That will also be broadcasted live right here on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. At the end of the first quarter, it was indeed Yankton 7, Pierre 0. That 13 minutes ago. After the timeout, here's the punt situation for Douglas. Fisher will punt the football back, standing in his own 20-yard line. Here's the kick. It's high up in the air. This one starting to motion its way off to the right side. Takes a bounce and will be down at about the 43.
Down to the 43-yard line. The Titans will take over 7:15 to go until halftime. First and 10.
Titans have made some changes on the offensive side of the football, leading 54-0 with 7:13 remaining in the first half. The snap and the handoff. Off the right side.
Looks like we got a new quarterback in.
And that will be Dashiell Lowry, who was a sophomore this year. He's second down. And about 8.
Quarterback in the game for the Titans, number 1, Dashiell Lowry. Running back, number 22, Brady Tapia. Wide receiver, number 21, Leighton Warren.
Here's second down and 8. 6 minutes, 37 seconds remaining first half. Snap, handoff, trying to cut to the left side, finding some space and some room. This is Cole McKinney, and McKinney is going to take it to the house. It is a touchdown for Cole McKinney, a junior. Goes 54 yards to the house. And the Titans make it 60-0. Second string for T Area in, but one of the nice parts, Rick, is when kids have an opportunity, the underclassmen have the opportunity to make plays. And you kind of just saw it on the near sideline on the video stream. You may have seen just a little bit of it. But McKinney goes in for that touchdown, comes to the near sideline, and he is just like mobbed. His teammates going crazy and wild for him. And to have those opportunities, that is a fun moment for the underclassmen.
Exactly, and that's stuff that he's going to remember too, no matter what. It's like when I scored that touchdown, these guys that are done playing for the night are excited for me. They want to see everybody succeed. You're out at practice with each other every day. So that is a cool thing to see.
60-0, 6:24 left in the first half of play. If you are wondering, the all-time record for T Area in total points scored in one game, 66. Do you remember when, Rick? I know you've been around for a long while. Do you remember the opponent and when?
I'm guessing it was when we were Class A.
I will confirm that.
Okay. Give me a second. I was probably on the sidelines on the chain gang. I don't even want to guess. What year?
The year took place in 2006.
2006.
And it was on the road. Maybe that's the hard part.
Was it against a fairly new program at that time?
It was at Baltic.
At Baltic, wow. Yeah, I would have never guessed that. 2006?
A couple of years ago.
That was like...
That's according to the record book.
That was one of my first years here in T.
A couple of years ago against...
So that was
Douglas.
Class B. That's
that
guys
would
like
have been
Tyler
actually-
Edblum
you're right.
and
You're right, so I stand corrected. That would have been... Titans were still Class B at the time.
nine-man, yes. They had a couple seasons as nine-man programs that were pretty fun to watch.
Here's a pass, Russell to Fisher. Fisher is just shy of the first down marker. Nice pickup of 9.
Fisher.
Against Douglas 2 years ago. On the road.
53, Kingston Nyberg.
The Titans scored 63
First down by
points
the Patriots, ball out to the 38-yard line.
in a victory that took place out there, 63 to 6. Last year, a 42-0 victory. Here's 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Back to passes. Russell, pressure coming. Slips away from a sack, throws the football. It's caught by Fisher. Good for a first down. He's at midfield. And the Patriots are inside of Titan territory for the first time tonight.
Another flag down after it's kind of at the end of the play.
Might be a face mask.
Tackle by McKinney and Miller, flag on the play.
Good effort by the quarterback right there. In a game like this, it would have been easy just to fall down when a guy's hanging on you. But he wanted to make a play, so you got to give him credit for that. Kid that's just out there still playing. Regardless of the score, and it turns into their first down of the game. So, second, sorry.
Penalty moves the ball to the 41-yard line of the Titans, 1st and 10.
They gave Fisher the first down. And what I thought was a 9-yard pickup, they did give him the 10. So back-to-back plays that have gone for first downs for Douglas, and then add a face mask penalty. Sets him up 1st down and 10 from the T39. Back to pass is Russell. Fires to the near side looking for Fisher. Jump ball incomplete. Fisher tangled up on the outside with McKinney.
Incomplete, broken up by McKinney.
And there is a whistle. And a stoppage of play, a timeout taken by Douglas with 5:07 remaining in the second quarter, 60-0 T area. Coming up for Douglas on the schedule, this is kind of a tough road trip for them, not only to come to T, but next week they go to Brookings. So back-to-back weeks on the road. Then they're home for 3. They get Huron, St. Thomas More, and Sturgis. And they end the season going to Pier.
Happy homecoming birthday tonight.
Titans, as mentioned before, they get Yankton coming up next week. 7 o'clock start time here at T Area High School. Then travel out to Sturgis and then Spearfish. So Scott Fry and company for T. Last year we saw it. We had both Sturgis and Spearfish here at Titan Stadium. And you knew with the 2-year schedule rotation that was going to be the case this year. So they'll be staring that down here in a couple of weeks where they go out West River against Sturgis Brown first. And then Spearfish right after. Home against Pier on October 13th. They end the season here at home October 19th against Watertown.
Those West River parents have to really appreciate when they see like a three-game homestand back to back to back like that, just going, we don't have to head east.
I always give the West River schools credit for that. I truly do. Like all the parents, Douglas fans that are watching, they made the trip. Or if they're watching on the YouTube stream tonight, supporting their team, as here's a nice pass that was caught right at the first down marker. And Douglas will be put down to the turf near the 30-yard line. The reception brought in by Coper. But these are schools that, there's just not a whole lot of teams out West River. So naturally, they have to come east, and you see it, of course, with the AAA, the AA ranks throughout all the years. You have Rapid City Stevens, Rapid City Central. Douglas has always kind of been mixed in with that as well. Spearfish, Sturgis, they have to come East River, 2-3 times a year. And it's tough on, the kids, it's tough on the parents, but there's just not a better way to really do it, of course, because you got to play the games. Here's a carry for Cooper.
And if your program struggle too, that even more taxing on the travel. You're going and you're like, oh man. So.
Get a ball at the 26-yard line.
After all the years, though, they do get used to it, and it does take a lot, though, on high school kids. A lot of time.
Yeah.
On Fridays that are traveling. Load up on the bus after the game and go right back. 2nd down and 6 from the 26. Russell back to pass. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to fire it straight down the middle. Incomplete. Pass was knocked down by McKinney.
Russell pass incomplete, intended for Cooper, broken up by number 14, Cole McKinney. 3rd down and 6.
Cole pretty active out there tonight in his action, making the most of his snaps. That's good to see.
Cole McKinney with a carry on the offensive side for 54 yards and a touchdown. Now with a pass deflection. Couple of nice plays on the defensive side. It's 3rd down and 6 from the 26. Russell to throw, goes to the end zone, jump ball, it is dropped, incomplete. Oh, the hands were on it. But the turf monster getting to Stephen Coper.
Pass breakup late by number 28, Cole Northrup. The Titans brings up.
It'll be 4th down.
4th down, flag on the play.
Pending the penalty. It is an eligible man downfield against Douglas.
Titans decline the penalty, brings up a 4th and 6.
So that would have been one of those that you would have felt bad for Douglas had they come down with that catch and had it nullified. So
here's 4th down, and Stephen Coper will attempt what will be a 42-yard field goal.
Coper on to attempt a 42-yard field goal.
You don't see a lot of 42-yard field goal attempts.
You do not.
In high school football.
42 yards from the right hash. Snap. Coper's kick is blocked. Up in the air, pulled down by Fisher. Fisher is going to run with it, and he's wrestled down from behind by Ethan Miller. Now,
I was going to say that's
this actually, for Fisher, puts the football down at the 18-yard line. And we'll call it the 17-yard line.
And they're going to talk about this one.
Well, with the kick being blocked, Fisher coming down with the football and then taking off running, this would be a 1st down.
Was the ball behind the line of scrimmage?
But that's the question.
Or what? I think that's what they might be discussing here. Let's see if we can hear them.
No, I don't know.
Douglas has kept the offense on the field. This should be their football, which all indications say that it will be. All right, let's get some clarification from referee Colin Boone. And that is the case. It will be a 1st down. Fisher caught the ball, took off with it, got across the 1st down marker, so just as what you would believe.
Yep.
It's not like, Justin Jefferson fumbling the football inside the pylon.
We're not talking about that right now, I don't believe.
Russell the pass down the middle of the field, has a receiver, it is caught, it's a touchdown for the Douglas Patriots.
Touchdown.
It is brought in on a nice reception that time around by Isaiah Brewer. And the Patriots are on the board. They'll go for 2. Russell back to pass. Fires to the middle. It is caught. It is good.
Pass complete to Fisher. 2-point conversion.
60-8. 3:21 left to go in the second quarter. This is the T Area Titans YouTube channel. Douglas Patriots, they get on the board. 120 offensive yards now as it reads. And the touchdown drive that was capped off on the pass from Aiden Russell to Stephen Coper.
You know, it's good to see Douglas execute. Like, made some passes, converted some first downs in that series, and obviously was aided by the blocked kick that turned into a new series, but good execution.
I'm going to correct myself. The touchdown reception for Isaiah Brewer, so please excuse me. Here's the return for the Titans and tripped up at the ankles on a nice return for Ethan Viss.
Down by number 23, Joshua Guadino.
So Isaiah Brewer with the touchdown, 2 catches for him for 85 yards in the score.
43-yard Ethan Viss return. Injury timeout on the field.
We have a stoppage of play with a Douglas player that is shaken up. Aiden Russell throwing the football, 10 of 22 for 131 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His target, Stephen Coper, with 3 catches for 17, 3 for Jason Fisher for 29. Isaiah Brewer, 2 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. T-Area, 356 offensive yards in this first half of play. 313 on the ground, 43 through the air. Keegan DeYoung, 5 carries, 90 yards, and 3 touchdowns, leading the way. Cole McKinney with the last touchdown, 1 for a carry for 54 yards. Let's take a look at some of the defensive numbers in this one. Mentioned Cole McKinney having a pretty nice night on the defensive side of the football. Rick, he has 5 total tackles, 2 pass breakups. Ethan Miller with 4 tackles, Parker Wilson with 4 tackles. Douglas player that is walking to the far sideline is Stephen Coper.
You know, and somebody like Cole coming in and making the most of his opportunities, I mean, all that does is adds confidence to the coaching staff for if there's injuries, if there's situations where you're thinking about using kids, when they go out and show out in their opportunities, it's exciting to see.
Be Titans football, first down and 10 from the 47-yard line, 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first half. Quarterback is Dashel Lowry. He'll go under center. Brady Tapia will be off to the left side, and it looks like he'll get the carry. We'll check that. That's Parker Wilson with the carry. And Wilson's going to pick up 7. Clock rolling under 3 minutes, 2:50. Second down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Cole Northrup will be lined up at a wide receiver position on the left side. McKinney off to the right. Lowry will give it to him. McKinney trying to sprint his way left and now trying to cut right. Has enough for a first down, but he's tackled by the ankles by Darwin Donley. Donley with the tackle, first down for T-Area. McKinney now 2 rushes for 59 yards. Tapia the back to the left. will be an option play, and Lowry lost the ball. It's down on the turf, and I believe the Patriots jumped on top of it. Lowry just mishandled the pitch, and it will be Douglas football.
Fumble on the play for the Titans, recovered the Patriots by number 14, Jason Fisher. Patriots on to take over first and 10.
2 minutes, 1 second.
2:01 till halftime.
Left to go in the first half. 60-8 score remains, but Douglas will come back out on offense. Lowry having a conversation on the near sideline about that last play and that turnover. Snap, Russell hands it off. Coming to the near side with room to work for the Douglas Patriots is Peyton Sandel. Sandel, a sophomore, he stands 5'9". He's 120 pounds, and they'll get the football out to the 41. He's second down and 5 with 95 seconds left to go, second quarter. Can you get some added color commentary here?
I know, I was thinking about
Kiddo's right underneath the camera.
I think he wants the headset.
I think so.
He's got 95 seconds to make it happen.
Coper with a carry, trying to get around the corner, and he is wrestled down. What an open field tackle for Ethan Miller. It's going to be a loss of 6 yards. And we have another Patriot that is cramping up. A lot of these players for Douglas playing both sides of the football. They've been out there quite a long time. This game officially kicked off at 6:42. It is 8:06. And we are 58 seconds away from halftime.
Take away that hot air balloon delay and we'd have been out of here.
We've had lightning delays, we've had hot air balloon delays, we've had 60 points put on the board by the Titans. Touchdown for Douglas with a 2-point convert. We've had everything.
We have. And it's homecoming.
I'm assuming, being that it is the homecoming game, the band always performs at halftime. Those kids, I think, have been standing in that north
my word,
end zone.
I didn't notice that until
I think they are.
Yeah,
they
they're
are
ready.
They have been waiting out there for probably about 20 to 25 minutes.
I'm thinking maybe they should have just played during timeouts, maybe, and just kind of battle.
So you'll see the band performance here on the T Area Titan YouTube channel.
Yes.
We will, of course, give way to that, so you are able to
absolutely
watch that. But those kids have been patiently waiting out there. And if I'm not, you have a better view than I do, but some of them they're holding the tubas and everything.
Oh yeah, the tubas, the sousaphones, the bass drums. I mean,
getting the workout in, that's for sure. Third down and 11. The 35-yard line. Russell calls for it. Back to pass. Zips it over the middle. It is caught. This is going to depend on the spot for the catch for Brewer.
It appears a yard
going to be just short. Fourth down and a yard. 4th and 1. Snap. Russell is hit, and they will stop it. And getting over there is Lane Kelsey for the stop. It's a turnover on downs with 32 seconds remaining in the first half.
Take over first and 10.
Scott Fry, the head coach of the T Area Titans, on the near sideline. He is not wearing a headset. He doesn't. He kind of lets his coordinators take care of everything and communicates with them on the sideline as needed. Let's see if they elect to take a knee or if they'll run another play. 32 seconds left before halftime. First down and 10. Lowry hands it off, and getting ahead for a pickup of 3 yards is Brady Tapia.
Fisher.
Clock is rolling. The Titans are taking their time, and this should bring us to halftime. Well, the Titans will start the long walk into the locker room. Because, I mean, if they don't go to the end zone, they go literally to the high school across the way. But it is halftime, and they lead the Douglas Patriots 60-8. Coming up here at the halftime, or at halftime, we'll have the marching band performance. We'll bring that to you here in just a matter of a few minutes. But thank you for watching us tonight on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel. The band coming up in just a few moments.
Our 50-50 boosters raffle. Band is proud to present their 2023 show, The Greatest Showman. Drum majors are Madeline Hevlin, Sage Fanning, and Skyland Browster. The band started working on their show in July and will be performing it for the first time here tonight. Their competition season for parade starts next Friday in Parker. They will also compete in parades in Arlington, Beersford, Laverne, Minnow, and the Festival of Bands in Sioux Falls. Good luck on your season, Titan Marching Band! Drum major, the field is yours.
Thank you.
No.
Is Michelle?
I don't know where she is. Here.
Take it.
50-50 drawing.
Yeah.
If you want to give it back.
I'm going to let my dog out. I will be back, but I don't want to be late.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 T-Area Marching Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome to the field your 2023 T-Area Dance Team performing their hip-hop routine. Titan fans, we direct your attention now to the middle of the track as we welcome T Area School District 2023 Hall of Fame inductees. The T Area School District is a story of hard work, determination, and the labor of love anchored by people. Tonight, we celebrate our district by recognizing individuals who have made a profound impact on the T Area School District. 2023 Hall of Fame inductees were nominated by the community and selected through a committee based on the attributes of the Titan Triangle, which are academics supported by arts and athletics. This evening, board member Jason Bennett and teacher and coach of the 2011 state champion track team Ryan Decker, assisted by Superintendent Jennifer Lowry, will be recognizing each individual with a Hall of Fame 3/4 zip sweatshirt donated by Dakota Sports and Dakota Lettering, as well as a commemorative glass edged memento from the T Area School Board. On behalf of the T Area School Board, it is a pleasure to introduce the 2023 T Area Hall of Fame inductees. John Hare. John Hare served as school board member for 14 years. In addition to the school board, John has served the community through TAPS, Sports Boosters, JCs, Cub Scouts, Teapot Days Committee, T-Youth Baseball, official for South Dakota Junior Football and South Dakota High School Athletic Association Football for 25 years. Mr. Hare's leadership stabilized and lifted the T Area School District. During his tenure, he led the district through rapid growth, defended the district through several minor boundary challenges, brought the community together to pass multiple successful bond referendums, and raised our standard operating procedures. John served a majority of the 14 years as president of the T Area School Board. John has worked at Dakota Fluid Power, which is now Singer International, for 18 plus years as a corporate controller. John and his wife Cindy have two sons, Tanner and his wife Allie, and Brett and his wife Andrea. President Hare shares with us the following advice. Don't expect immediate praise or recognition for a job well done. Over time, many will notice your consistency in your efforts, and eventually credit will be given where deserved. Most likely when you least expect it. Ladies and gentlemen, President John Hare.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Eric Hill. Eric Hill is a 2011 graduate of T Area High School. Eric was a three-sport athlete, football, basketball, and track for the Titans. He was a member of the All-State football team in 2010. In 2011, he won 2 individual state track titles and anchored a state championship relay team. Additionally, Eric led the Titan boys track team to the T Area School District's very first team state championship in 2011. Eric finished his career for the Titans ranked in the South Dakota all-time top 10 in 3 events, and he still holds 5 school records. Eric was the epitome of a student athlete, combining high academic performance and character-driven leadership in the classroom with his athletic accomplishments. Eric and his wife Ashley live in Marshall, Minnesota with their 1-year-old son, Bauer. Eric is enjoying his career as a dentist and Ashley as an optometrist. Mr. Hill shares with us the following advice. Keep learning, set goals, and help others. Be adaptable. Your teachers and coaches will mold you into the best version of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Hill. Next up is Conrad Pick. Conrad Pick has schooled our served our community for 30 years. He was an advocate for the development of the T area school district and has spent the last 20 years serving on the YES committees and building our schools. Conrad has served on the school board since July of 2012 and is currently the vice president. During his tenure on the school board, Conrad has served as a representative of multiple committees. He has been on the construction committee for the last 10 years, during the addition of 78 elementary classrooms square foot project. Prior to Conrad was active in the development of all district buildings. He was a member of the team who built T area's first high school classrooms in the summer of 2003. Conrad has also served as president of the Sports Boosters. The Pick family spent many days setting up TASD apparel and concession items as the community came together to celebrate being Titans. Conrad's focus is on long-range planning, setting goals, and providing opportunity for all Titans in their academics, supported by the arts and athletics. Conrad and his wife Vicki have been residents of T for over 30 years. Conrad is retired from Shields and works part-time for J&R Mechanical in T, South Dakota. Conrad and Vicki have been blessed with 3 daughters, Lynn, Jenny, and Ashley, and 8 grandchildren. And Mr. Pick shares the following advice. Get involved and help develop where you live. Ladies and gentlemen, Conrad Pick. Vicki Pick. In 2000, Vicki Pick was an active member of the community working towards the creation of the T area school district. She served on boundary and planning committees as she volunteered her time, energy, and hard work building and or designing every aspect of the district from the ground up. Vicki played a significant role in the building of the stick buildings and cleaning of the schools in 2002 and 2003. Her family supported the Sports Boosters and has volunteered hundreds of hours for that organization. In her retirement, Mrs. Pick graciously serves as a substitute teacher for the district. Conrad and Vicki have been blessed with 3 daughters, Lynn, Jenny, and Ashley, and 8 grandchildren, ranging in age from 12 to 4 months old. Mrs. Pick shares the following advice with us. Never give up on your dreams. If you work hard, they will come reality. As the community continues to grow, I would encourage all members to be active in the school district and support it any way they can. Show our young people they matter and help guide them into a successful future. Together, we can accomplish anything. Ladies and gentlemen, Vicki Pick. Titans fans, please join me in a round of applause for your 2023 Titans Hall of Fame inductees. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now do our 50-50 drawing. So the total was $17.25. The money going out in the envelope I am holding in my hand, $860.
Well, great performance for the T area high school marching band. And then the dance team after that as halftime continues to roll along. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. I'm Jerry Pileshi, joined by Rick Williamson. Rick, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I did check over the course of halftime as we've had this nice 23-minute break that apparently we were reporting just off of what we heard. We had no visual evidence that there was like a hot air balloon delay in the first half, and that's because our PA announcer, Shad, decided that to name that there was a hot air balloon, and based on what we could see, listen, we're in a small, tiny little press box that has no form of window to look behind us, above us, or anything. All we can see is the football field and the bleachers, and literally everybody was looking towards us and up into the sky to where, hey, it's believable, right? So here's the deal. There was no hot air balloon delay. I hate to tell you that, but we haven't been able to determine what it was. So I will leave that for your interpretation.
Man, that's disappointing, honestly.
I don't know.
Because I thought we had some good
I thought so
content
too.
about a hot air balloon.
I can at least just confirm that that's not the case.
my
All right, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Rick, but
maybe someday.
all right, just about ready to start the third quarter. It is 60-8 T area on top of Douglas. I can also confirm through the great Pete Roberts, who does our stats, that he's not seen T in all the years that he's been doing this ever score 60 points and a half. So that's a new record. And he will also go on record to say that was the longest first half that has taken place in Titan football history. Here is the end over end kick to start the second half. And this one is returnable for the Douglas Patriots, and getting the football out towards the 30-yard line. On the return is Carson Hicks. So the clock, we will inform you, even though you can't see it on your screen, but I will let you know that the clock is running. The mercy rule does go into effect in the second half of play, and the clock will continue to run unless Douglas gets within 29 points. It is 60-8 with 11:22 remaining in the third quarter.
Does that even run on like quarter breaks, but it stopped? It maybe stops at quarter breaks?
Then it will stop. Touchdowns will stop the clock. Timeouts, of course, will stop the clock.
Free throws. Okay, maybe.
Russell back to pass over the middle, incomplete, looking for Fisher. It was broken up by the Titans, and I believe back there again was Cole McKinney.
Yeah. Being a ball hawk.
Incomplete pass makes it second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. So that would be the third pass broken up for McKinney in this one.
I got a feeling he could be busy this half because that clock does not stop on incomplete passes.
It does not.
So you're not out anything trying to throw that ball.
Here's a quick throw near side. It is dropped by Fisher. It'll be third down and 10. Like Rick mentioned, the clock is at 10:18 and rolling.
Man, it took about 15 minutes to get that far in the first quarter.
Here comes third down. This might end up with one of the weirdest dynamics of a football game being with the fact that you do have the mercy rule clock. And I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, but Douglas definitely taking their time. Receiver in motion from left to right. I'll get to that in a minute here. Here comes the quick quarterback run towards the near side. Nowhere for Russell to go. The dynamic I was going to bring up is that we may have had the longest first half of play that has ever taken place. And if the pace continues on, we are already, almost 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. And we're going to have a fourth down and 11 for Douglas coming up. We might have the shortest second half of the game.
Barring any scoring, any injuries, any hot air balloon sightings.
Hey, apparently.
That's right. That's false news.
And a penalty flag.
People were probably posting stuff on social media about hot air balloons too.
I was looking. I would have thought somebody would have snapped a photo and actually put it on social media.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it is odd that we would have had to stop.
I wanted to
for
find
something like
if that truly would have been the case. I wanted them to find a way to press box, and I wanted to interview them. But
that would have been some.
Look, it was fun to roll with. At least you just go with what you hear sometimes, and when you can't see anything and you got everybody in front of you looking at you, you don't know. All right, it's fourth down. The last penalty was charged against T area, but it's still fourth down. And about 8 yards to go. Here's the kick from Fisher, high up in the air. This one returnable for the Titans, pulled in at the 28-yard line, cutting towards the near side of the field is Caden Bowenberger. And he will set up the T area offense at the 41-yard line.
Clock stopped at 8:45. They'll probably wind it here.
Change of possession. And they're looking for a new football. There we go. Once they get play ready, they'll start winding the clock.
Titans up to the line quick. After that long break, they're probably excited to do something here.
Here comes first down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Clock is rolling, 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Lowry, quarterback option, flings it over. On the carry this time is Tapia. Tapia off to the right side, outside the numbers, and he will be stopped shy of the first down marker. Right at midfield, it's a pickup of 8. Going to be just shy of midfield, by a yard at the 49. So second down and short. Titans break the huddle. Bonenberger off to the left side as a receiver. 3 backs as the options for the quarterback. And Dashiell Lowry. Lowry goes to hand it off. The ball popped out late, but we're going to say touching down on the turf and down by contact was Tapia. It's going to make it third down and about 5. (60-8) here in the third quarter. 7 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock. Lowry gets the snap from under center. It is the pitch play to the left side, trying to find somewhere to go and some room to run is McKinney. McKinney with yet another nice carry, but he fumbled the ball. It's down on the ground, and it is still going to remain with T area. I thought jumping on that football was Darlin Donnelly for Douglas.
34. 34 for T.
T area able to continue on and keep that football with Parker Wilson.
Parker Wilson, the man on the spot there. Another good run by McKinney. To extend the drive here.
From the 33-yard line. McKinney now with 80 yards rushing on 3 carries. Not a bad night at all.
No, I think he'll take that.
Here's the option play. They try to pitch it to the right side. It's down on the turf. It's picked up by the Patriots. Going all the way to midfield and getting the football secured.
The option.
On the return was Carson Hicks.
We've seen that a couple times now on option plays for the Titans. That pitch, which is a lot more difficult than it looks.
It'd be easy to run on a video game.
Absolutely.
You know, starters, they run it so many times that they make it look kind of easy, but that's,
right.
You know, however many years, probably even going back to middle school of just constant repetition. And, you know, sometimes backups, you get in there and you're excited, you're ready to go, and it's a learning process. First down and 10 from the 48-yard line. One man in motion. And they will hand it off instead, straight down the middle. It's a pickup of a yard. 5 minutes, 18 seconds. Clock running here in the third quarter, 60-8. T area, second down and 9. Out of the pistol, Russell, option, flings it over, it's down on the ground, the ball is loose, but it is dropped on, and doing so is Riley Nodal. He's able to get his hands back on the football. It'll be third and long. We have a quick stoppage of the clock at 4 minutes and 36 seconds. Paul Klein heading towards the bench. I don't know if his helmet popped off for a moment, but he looks like he's fine. He's just on the sideline. And now the clock is running.
Third and 15 for the Titan defense.
Russell calls for the snap. It's low, down on the ground. He picks it up, and he's just going to try to get whatever he can back. Going to lose a yard, and we'll be fourth down.
Carry by Russell. Play brought down by number 63, Nick Dunkelberger. Titans.
Fisher back to punt. Had a couple of nice ones here tonight. This one will angle its way inside the 20-yard line and will take a roll down to the 16.
Fisher punt. Down 16-yard line. The Titans, they'll take over first and 10. Just over 3 minutes to go third quarter. 50-50 winner again. We still didn't have a winner.
Titans will take the football over, and they will break the huddle here. Probably just under 3 minutes left of the third quarter here. And they do. Right at the 3-minute mark, they break the huddle. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 16. Lowry, the quarterback. Penalty flags fly. False start charged against T area. Puts the football back to the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. Lowry under center. Handoff, plenty of room. Oh, and the ball hops out late. I'm going to say down though. So McKinney with the carry.
I think that was actually a shoe.
Was it a shoe?
Yeah, he's kind of zoomed in here.
Okay,
and it was a shoe.
All right, so you got the better view on the video camera. I thought that was the ball for a moment.
I did too.
I saw something flying.
I was going to say that's a quick whistle.
Thank you, Rick. If I was a true professional, I'd probably be actually just watching your video camera because that's what the audience sees. And maybe it's just the old radio guy
that's right.
that needs to call it in front of me.
Calling it live as you see it.
Shoes flying, lightning, everything. You name it.
Everything except hot air balloons.
2nd down and 3. It's a handoff, maybe a yard or 2 at the most. Henriksen with a carry, his first one of the night. Pick up 2 yards. 1:10 and counting left to go here in the third.
3rd and 1 for the Titan offense. 1 minute to go. Third quarter.
Third and a yard. Lowry, snap, hands it off. McKinney with the carry is bunched and bundled for a loss of a half a yard back to the 25-yard line. Be 4th down.
Led by number 77, Aiden.
4th and a long one.
23, Joshua Medina. 4th and 1.
And the Titans do not have to run a play here before the quarter expires. See if they do, but it doesn't appear that they will. So that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Just like that. It is the Titans 60, Douglas 8 in the 4th quarter. On the way next, this is the T Area Titans YouTube channel.
playoff race.
60-8 as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Jerry Pileshi joined by Rick Williamson. Third quarter, well, that went super quick. Clock continues to run. Let's get you some other scores from Class 11 AA as we be keeping an eye on the Yankton Pier game. And do want to let you know, 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Down in Yankton, it is the Bucks and the Govs now tied at 7.
Wow.
Yankton was leading 7-0 at halftime. Pier just recently tied it up. Watertown holds a lead over Washington with 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter, 26-21. Spearfish on top of Brookings, 21-0. And it is Sturgis over Huron, 10-7. The ball is loose down at the 45-yard line, and the Titans are pointing their direction. It will stay with them.
It's like Tapia with the recovery. Man, defensive battle there in Yankton tonight. 7-all.
A couple of other quick scores for you. Lincoln defeated Harrisburg 35-20 tonight. O'Gorman over Stevens 47-0. Jefferson holds a 20-0 lead over Rapid City Central, and it is Brandon Valley with a 7-0 lead over Roosevelt. First down and 10 for the 43-yard line for T area. As here's the sweep. Trying to run outside the numbers. Another nice carry for Tapia. Tapia will have the football marked at the 36. He's second down and 4. McKinney will be set up to the right, Tapia to the left. Parker Wilson lined up at that fullback position. Lowry hands it off. It is Wilson with the carry. Cuts near side, looking for another block, but he will get to the 25-yard line. It is good for a first down. Last tackle made by Shane Howell. And 10-10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 60-8. Titans just taking their time. Waiting for the play clock to start winding down. Snap for Lowry, hands it off. Trying to go north-south, now cutting outside and trying to find a seam, but another nice carry for Tapia. First down again for T area. And they will mark the football down at the 14. Tapia now with 6 carries for 30 yards. In total, there's been 10 different Titans players that have rushed the football here in this game. Here's a run. Just powering up ahead is Wilson on a carry. And he will be stopped right near the 5-yard line. Second down and 2. Lowry, sweep left. It is a carry for McKinney and another touchdown. Cole McKinney, his second rushing touchdown here tonight. That rush also puts him dangerously close to 100 yards. He's at 98 on the 6 carries.
2 touchdowns and many pass breakups as well tonight.
Becomes the third Titan tonight rushing the football for 2 or more touchdowns. It's 66-8 with 8:04 to go, and the Titans will go for 2. And Lowry will be tackled down. The 2-point conversion is no good, but the Titans lead 66-8 with 8 minutes and 4 seconds left to go. So the 66 points ties a school record for the T-Area Titans was set back in 2006 at Baltic. They had a victory there against Baltic where they put up 66 points. So the second most points that have been put up on the board by the Titans in school history. That game against Baltic, by the way, 66-14.
2007, you said?
2006.
Six.
And from the looks of it, at least by the history book, that was a payback game from 2004 in which Baltic beat T 64-14.
Oh, wow. You know, it seemed like in the Class B schools back, that's kind of how it rolled, you know. You'd have 1 year of a class that could play and get things done, and then all of a sudden those guys would go on to graduate and times would change.
A touchback on the kickoff. It'll be Douglas football from the 20-yard line.
Eric Hill, who was inducted at halftime into the T-Area Hall of Fame, was a part of that transition from B to A. He spent many nights on Friday nights battling Class A schools that were much bigger than us at that time, took a lot of lumps, but he was that guy who just kept going. He was that bright spot who gave everybody that a little bit jolt of excitement, just another hard-working kid from back then. So it's good to see his hard work appreciated by the school district. Because like I said, when we made that transition to A, it wasn't easy. A lot of games here were lopsided like this early on in the different outcome.
Aiden Russell with a nice carry. Picks up 6 yards. It will be second down and about 4. Actually, they move it forward a little bit. We'll call it second down and 3. It's interesting looking back at the history, not only of the football program, but really you could look at all the different teams. And you can look at the school district that celebrated 20 years last year, and even trying to get the high school built, and kids learning out of trailers when things started. And to see everything evolve to where it is today.
It's awesome.
Just as somebody that is a T resident, have been now for what is approaching 10 years. I mean, even in that time frame, to see them, go to the state championship and as
all
a
those
class,
banners in the gym,
A school, and everything that they accomplished. You think back of the early days in which they were just basically trying to practice on some form of grass, just some form of field.
The track kids would be on gravel, running around the gravel track.
It's truly amazing as we look straight ahead of us, and you can see it in the back. The background that you see on your video stream, that is T-Area High School. And Rick, I don't know if you can get a good view, and I don't want to take away from the game quick, so we'll keep an eye on that. But off to what would be your left, they are currently working on expanding the high school because they're at max capacity. They need to build up, and they're working on like a performing arts center, auxiliary gym, you name it. You see the walls. Those are the walls that are going up as Douglas gets ready to take the snap on what is second down and 9 from the 34. So Russell hands it off, and nowhere at all for Carson Hicks to go. It'll be third down and long. But you see the expansion, the elementary schools that just continue to just grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
With another one, I think that's in the future. This school district is just, it's incredible to see where it has gone in such a short amount of time. And not to mention, you look at these sports programs, football moving up to AA a couple of years ago, basketball, volleyball, and all the rest. They're going AA coming up next year, as early as next year. So here's a carry on a third down and 11. And I believe this is a pickup of about 3 or 4. Titans having some fun on the near sideline as they cheer on their teammates for making some plays.
Yeah, my first year in T, my classroom was one of the stick-built buildings that they were talking about at halftime about Mrs. Pick. So yeah, it's crazy. It's really cool. I remember actually having conversations in the gymnasium with a couple of 8th graders at a sports practice that I was coaching, and there were 0 banners up on that wall at the time, and we were talking about how exciting it'll be to someday see a bunch of banners, and it's happened really quick. It's happened, 2013, I think the first banner on the wall is. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff.
That punt will set up T area, first down and 10 from the 19-yard line. 4 minutes, 10 seconds, all that's left to play here in the fourth quarter. Second half has just flown on by. But if you do have the opportunity, come on out to a T area volleyball game or a basketball game here this year. They just redid the gym floor, so everything looks different there as well.
Very nice.
It's again,
well done.
Just incredible of how far not only this school, but this town has gone.
Yeah, for sure.
First down and 10 from the 19-yard line. The clock is at 3 minutes and 38 seconds. It just continues to run. 66-8 the score as a handoff given. McKinney on the carry, and he still wants to go full speed down the field. He was looking for some form of a break for a touchdown.
Yeah, it just seems constant improvements every year. The gym floor, the scoreboards, sound system type things, the Performing Arts Center, the new buildings going up. Yeah, it's just one thing after another, and that's really cool to see that growth, especially for those people who were here to see it when it first started. I can't imagine how exciting that must be.
It was a gain of 9 for McKinney, and that's important too, Rick, because it puts him over 100 yards. 7 carries, 107 yards now on the night.
That's a good night work for Cole.
And,
I'm sure if you would have told him this morning while he was going to class that he was going to rush for 100 yards and have 2 touchdowns, I think he would have been pretty excited about playing. So making the most, like I said, of his opportunities, and that's cool to see.
A junior, Colton Duffy, getting a carry. He gets a first down. The clock's at 2 minutes and 18 seconds, and really at this point, T could just take a knee. I don't think they will.
Student section making their way to the exit to greet the players after the game.
Out of the I formation, first down and 10. It will be a handoff, again, given to Colton Duffy. And Duffy will pick up 5. So total yards for T area, they're at 468. I'm pretty sure I may have just seen lightning in the distance.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't think we need to worry about things right now.
No.
As I quickly look at the scoreboard, that's what I just saw in the distance. It looks like it's a little ways away from here. Nonetheless, 468 total offensive yards.
And just a good mix again tonight of getting guys the ball, like you mentioned, just how many different players have toted the rock tonight.
Another carry for McKinney. He's going to pick up a yard. So let's run through some of those as we're under 1 minute remaining in this one. Rushing the football, McKinney, the team leader tonight.
Yeah.
Now with 8 carries for 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keegan DeYoung, he started things off with a 55-yard touchdown right out of the gate, first play of the game. He finished with 5 carries for 90 yards. Brenner Conrad with 4 carries, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keegan DeYoung, by the way, 3 touchdowns. Tyler Reed with a touchdown, 3 carries for 47 yards. Riley Swanda with a 3-carry, 36-yard night. Brady Tapia, 6 carries for 30 yards. Ethan Viss with 3 carries for 26 yards. Parker Wilson, 3 carries for 25. Colton Duffy, 2 carries for 14. Ryder Henriksen with a carry for 2. That is 427 total offensive rushing yards for the T-Area Titans out of their 468 total offensive yards. 43 yards in the air for Brenner Conrad, 3 of 3 passing. What a perfect night. 1 touchdown through the air. 2 catches for Brock Ellingson for 25 yards and a touchdown. Riley Svanda with the other catch for 18 yards. Douglas tonight, 134 offensive yards, 141 through the air, -7 on the ground. They had 4 first downs. Aiden Russell, 11 to 25 passing, 141 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Both those interceptions were for Brock Ellingson, by the way. Rushing the football, Aiden Russell, 9 carries for -7. Riley Nodal with 3 carries for -5. Stephen Coper with 3 carries for -3. Carson Hicks with 2 carries for 3 yards. Peyton Sandow with a carry for 5. Receiving the football, Isaiah Brewer, 3 catches, 95 yards and a touchdown. Stephen Coper, 3 catches for 17. And Jason Fisher, 3 catches for 29 yards. Defensively, very quick, Ethan Miller and Cole McKinney, team leaders for T area with 6 total tackles apiece. McKinney with 2 pass breakups tonight, officially on the stat book. Ethan Miller had a tackle for a loss for 6 yards. Joining them, Parker Wilson had 4 total tackles. Brady Tapia with 3, 2 for a loss. And then also Tim Halber with 2 tackles, both of which were for a loss. Joshua Godino for Douglas with 7 total tackles lead the way, 5 for Stephen Coper and 4 for Jason Fisher. Final score, T area 66, Douglas 8. We will join you again coming up next Friday night as the Titans take on Yankton. That is a 7 o'clock start time. Thanks for joining us here tonight. For Rick Williamson, I'm Jerry Pileshi. Good night from Titan Stadium. The Titans victorious.